How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to BIOMUTANT. All the mud washes off eventually. The light you see at night is brighter than you think. The Tubflu outpost. The Lotus tribe carved this out forever ago. probably cooler in the shadows. Don't let the day pass you by. Don't just rattle those keys. Best part of this ride is it runs on green stuff. The Jungle Cave is neither hot nor cold. It's just hollow. A solid fixer-upper over there. Wonder if anyone calls it home these days. It's all about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. You need to get the Optica controls in order to start it. Excellent. That's illuminating.
E pasi, nati si sana basu rangu e nim ligori dare a otto fantasti e male fabia e matua.
The air is dry here. You don't see many old shops like that. Might still be something worth poking around. Close encounter. The light is nearly blinding. Better than nothing. You need to get the Optica controls in order to start it. Excellent. That's illuminating. You need to get the Optica controls in order to start it. Excellent. That's illuminating. We are lonesome animals, but spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. That's interesting. The night could be fun. Pain is nothing to you. Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Tread carefully here. This is Lupin's camp. Lupin says he's been looking. See for yourself where it all started. He was so little when your mother and kin came here to put an end to his mother just because she was different, a hunter. That night, the hunter became the hunted, trapped with nowhere to run. He says your mother showed no mercy, only vengeance. He can see that you're not like your mother. There's something different about you. Maybe you would have made a better decision than she did, and let them be. They orphaned him, left him alone, an outcast and a freak. Lupa Lupin says he's been reliving the moment every night since then. He says your mother and her disciples started something that couldn't be undone. They created the monster he would become. He knew his time would come and he was patient. So, when he got news about your birth, he knew how to get revenge that would last. That's why he spared you that night he raised the village when you were a child. He wanted you to suffer for life, like he had. He marked you for life, so he'd recognize you when you met again, and you'd eventually remember where you came from. His hunger grew insatiable over the years to come. He tried, but being vegetarian wasn't in his nature and he couldn't go hungry. But he's never taken a life for the sake of appetite. It's always been about survival, and that our true self is being who we are. A deep look into nature will make you understand everything better, and that natural selection eliminates, and the strongest survive. Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny, and now the time has come for you to accept yours. Maybe find some higher ground to stay dry.
Cos'ata ghetto?
Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand.
Junto con tue ponjevun koya.
The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war.
Atu awa ya ea.
He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war.
Iatu yao mawa.
Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over.
The wata.
Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough.
Weta gono.
You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater.
Oloi bobo paweg.
The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive.
Tolowoya lo yalo batoloyo.
Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end.
Noekek ujbar no barke.
Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet.
Tolowoya lo yalo batoloyo.
He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately, he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest.
Pilvov ugvuhu vobra boom.
He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Wiz.
Mayani.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Wiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Merc Pup is up next.
Befarbihita huntokub kirko.
Out of Date says that Wiz is worried now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Ko buboye boy.
He explains that Wiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Kim hobe bekoko hifar muk.
Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Potowata.
He's happy to help.
Tamuk gabamuk tab.
Has plenty to do, so no worries. night feels dangerous and exciting. Don't push yourself too hard around here. It can be rough. Shot. Slash the slash. The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Toxanol's mining led to mass deforestation and increased global warming, as nature couldn't absorb the carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions without the trees. These irreversible changes to the climate also contributed to the evolution and modified our genetic code. Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go. But says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. It was a tragedy, but also sad that you chose to leave. It's a miracle you made it on the outside on your own. That land is harsh, they say. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course. Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action. Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate? Glad to hear that. He only wishes he was that sure about himself. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem. Says they're unified in the ways that matter. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths. But there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-goin'. He can't leave the Surge Station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up Mecha Fingro in the Mecha Stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister. It's definitely made to lend a helping hand and do the heavy lifting. Toxinol records mention it as an automaton made for moving bionucleus matter into storage areas. Look at the notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Wiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A surge surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is. The thicker the surf became with goo, the more the machinery clogged up and stopped working. Like most things from the bygone. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore. Each new day means new chances. Impressed you found that, despite all the goo. This place has held power for a long time. In many ways, it still does. Anything that's been ruined can be fixed, but it took a long time to get this bad. It'll take a long time to clean it up, too. Glad you found that track. There's a lot to learn about this world, both here and beyond. You can see so much farther in the light. Found a bric-brac that's not absolutely flat. Don't want to point a finger, but the meta statement is here. The world is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Might not need that now, but you will later. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. That's too much distress. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. One at a time. Hope that was a bad guy. You located the village named Loblydurk. Let's see. Let's see. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
Jim.
Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo-Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The Merc Puff is crunching bark by the minute. Wiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails. It's time to do what's right, for certain values of right. Just be glad that beastie let you on. That's a bang plant, where toxanol used to make all sorts of splody things before it blew up in their faces. There's no time to look back. Too busy moving on. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugga-chugga out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him. Says he knew you would, like he knows the way the rails run. Give your eyelights a chance to adjust to the dawn. The Wingnut Chug Tunnel. It goes on forever. Biohazard. Sickening. The top of the world is so low down here. What a bruiser! right in the chug yard. Follow the rails and you'll find all sorts of little treasures scattered all over the place. Of course not, but they get you closer to wherever you might want to go. Good work finding that track. They can teach you so much about the world. Keep looking for more. Wouldn't want to be behind that. Nothing better than a day on surf. This is Gaga Grampus Bay, the legendary undersurf monster village.
Litsula sakta.
Says the world's gotten so bad that even the deepest parts of the goo are nasty enough to drive Gargantua nuts.
Luietu faluine.
That meanster keeps coming up and chomping when no one's around.
Nebuye gafa.
Could you bring it to the top of the goo so they can get at it?
Nebuye gafa.
Says it's always starving, so it grabs things to eat. And for its huge baby monster, too.
Kfauptuila yutu.
Explains the Gargantua lives deep in the goo. You need to draw it to the surface.
Upkayupie.
To do that, you need to blow a special shell horn. That'll bring it up.
Dalada nobdatut.
You're the only one with enough airblow to do it.
Ikbamueta.
Says that might work. Maybe. To call the Gargantua, you need to big blow the shell horn 3 times in a row. First, you need to point it the right playway. You hit the right playway. Now, go big blow. Blow, blow, blow. There are places up ahead far worse than this. Can't let the air just suck you in like that. To call the Gargantua, you need to big blow the shell horn 3 times in a row. First, you need to point it the right playway. Doesn't matter how loud you sound if you don't get the right playway. You hit the right playway. Now, go big blow. Blow, blow, blow. There are places up ahead. To call the Gargantua, you need to big blow the shell horn 3 times in a row. First, you need to point it the right playway. You hit the right playway. Now, go big blow. Blow, blow, blow. Nothing's more important right now than this.
Avavavde urui.
Nice job blowing that shell horn. The Gargantua is huge.
Tufa yokne.
Always appreciates a chat with you.
Uabe pamawa.
Seems surprised you have to go. The sun's a long ways away. This is Bomber Ball Stop, the Bang Village. Asks if you can hear the ticking sound coming out of the big thing next to them. Seems like a timer, but they don't know what it's ticking down to. Maybe you can help them stop it before it stops on its own. Claims they're not sure. Just know the sound makes them jitter flee. Thinks if that's a bomb, then it's a big one. If that goes off around here, it could blast everything away. How far away do they have to get, and how fast? Thinks you're the only one who has a chance. A bang ball with the numbers unbalanced means catastrophe. Better line them up to stop the mechanism from going off. Finders keepers. This story is about a hero. Says anyone who can stop a tiki bomb is welcome here. Found it, even under all the muck in the gnot pen. Hard to believe the gnotes didn't trample it. They seem faster than you, and don't forget that when you ride them, they do all the work to keep you moving. You should keep moving. Can't let those gnotes blaze the trails for you. Don't get dizzy up in the mountains. back to your own power. A ping dish. Experts used to find things in the air with those. Wonder if it still works. Bullets everywhere. Zap 'em good. To get the ping dish to work, you need to line up the pong paddles for a proper match. That's a match. Now you can ping all the dishes you like. Spin that paddle to turn the ping dish properly. Pingety ping ping, you found a transmessage. Feels good to be alive. That brickbat is ripe for the pluck. This one's Bang Shelter 6L. Looks like it's still working the way it should. You can't wait to get out, can you? Step back, world. Everyone loves a good hat. tapped hard. Glad you made the Lotus Captain dead gone.
Namfanio Oboke.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows.
Aruki Labate Abejoba.
Glad you made the Lotus Captain dead gone.
You daldalit
Begs you to help him out. He's covered in sludge.
tuhati oi
He can't get it off and it's making him squick-sick.
namayenale
Can you find a way to get him clean before he dies?
namayenale.
Figures it can't be long. Feels like he's dying already.
That's all molaha.
Says he figured out what he needs to get clean.
Tu lida utubol
See that giant toofer brush up on that tall sign?
daoi.
That would be the perfect scrub brusher.
Oi, Toyota.
Thanks you and begs you to hurry. The world is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Smirked. Crit. There's the big gum brush we need to get that greased up critter clean. Shake it loose.
tuta.
What a scrub-a-dub. So clean.
Oi, oi, oi. Toyota.
Welcomes you back. No need to brush this time.
Yayal mama.
Hopes to see you again soon. Time to get a move on before all your chances slip on by.
Hoja eskuku Johanna.
Wishes you would just give up and let the world go.
Gagu.
Did How many days like this do you think the world has left? That was the first Aurora totem. 3 to go. There's a ping dish here. Just the thing for signaling. get the ping dish to work. Fiddle with the pong paddles to match them up right. That's a match. Now you can ping all the dishes you like. Spin that paddle to turn the ping dish properly. Pingety ping ping, you found a transmessage. Better perk your ears up. Dark doesn't hurt the sound. Watch it. You found the village of Brogholm. Let's see. It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. Says he's terrified of the brog that lives in the middle of a desolate garbage pile. It's this giant mouth in the middle of the ground, and it's hungry. If they don't keep it fed, it might chow down the entire place. Claims they didn't ask you to hurt it, just find a way to feed it. Or, you know, kill feed it. Claims this used to be a pleasant place to live before the brog showed up underneath it. Someone needs to feed the brog. Something yum-yum or baboon. No one who calls this a home can manage it. How about you? Figures you must be the best food maker around. Just take that grungy food glob and toss it into the brog's jaw maw. Just take that grungy food glob and toss it into the Brog's jaw maw. Just take that grungy food glob and toss it into the Brog's jaw maw. Well, at least we know the Brog's fully full.
Plap, when's mau tao?
You fed that monster good. No more Brog troubles now.
Plastic.
You're welcome here anytime.
Que tomao gedre.
We'll... The plague that's ruining the land needs to be stopped. Kaboom! Crash it! Bangarang! Zap! Right where it cuts. Running low. Great job taking out that monstrous fluffer. The harder they fall. It's a glory shiny day out here.
Manda monoya ala. Sin ona kafr.
Great job taking out that monstrous fluff hulk. The harder they fall. heroes make for the best stories.
Kidlo.
Happy you went down to the...
Vaksan mar malva cherry.
Embrace the day. That was the second Aurora totem. 2 more, and you'll find out if the legend is true. Night falls like a giant around here.
Zif.
Heard you were a
Badan odidimada bulshada. Jamakuda horedatunka.
Thinks you must be up to something.
Inta badam wagsuva.
That's the third Aurora totem. Only one left until you have the answer. Everything seems moist. You stumbled on the watchout. You should be able to find Nova up there next to the cloud somewhere.
Musik Schukots.
Let's see.
Gugaruk.
Seems happy to have spotted you. It's hard to peer through the pollution around here, but she spends most of her time squinting at the sky anyhow, looking for twinkles.
But
Says the sky's so dirty you can barely ever see them, but sometimes at night they break through the smog clouds.
Lupatu Patu.
She wonders what you're going to do with all the power you've been building up. Are you going to clear the skies or set them on fire?
Ka?
She thinks you'd like to see the smog clouds part and reveal the twinkles in the sky. Just think how beautiful that would be.
Tika Kutufu.
When she finds a twinkle, she likes to think it means that we're not so alone. That somewhere out there, even if everything ends here, other worlds might go on.
Ba?
Nova wonders if you've ever looked at the twinkles and wondered if you, like them, move in patterns that never change, locked into that nighttime dance. Or can you break yourself free?
Zaki. Laba.
Says the twinkles seem to run on rails across the sky. Maybe you do the same down here.
Laba Tikoto.
Figures if the twinkles spin on, the world should spin with them. And so it will.
No.
Says you always try to make things shine brighter, and she loves that.
Halabate.
Likes how you shine alongside the myriad. They're so bright and colourful they almost blind the twinkles away.
Gugaruk.
Thinks not enough things try to outdo the twinkles these days.
Halabate.
Says when she talks to you, she gets twinkles in her eyes.
Ka?
She wonders if you're a dreamer too. Says her dream is in the stars. Her parents even named her the girl with stars in her eyes. Nova.
Musik Schukots.
Nova says her mum was a rock star and she never got anything from her. But when the stars shone, so did she, realizing who she really was, a being of night.
Fuko.
But now, she says, her head's stuck in the clouds. In some places, the pollution's so thick nothing can break through, not even her telescope.
Lama.
Says she always loved the dark. Can't see the twinkles at night. No chance.
Lupatu Patu.
Nova says she spotted a twinkle when the night sky was clear. Her father's research claims that a single shard from a twinkle has amplifying qualities.
Lama.
She's convinced that a twinkle shard would boost her long eye so she'd be able to see the stars every night. She wonders if you could keep an eye on the night sky for her.
Lama.
There's a twinkle that broke through the atmosphere already, so it's not long until it'll hit the ground. When it does, she wants you to crack her a shard from it and bring it back here.
Kulamati.
Promises that she'll show you all the twinkle she can find. Sound seems to travel farther at night. Great shot. You found a fallen twinkle. If you can adjust the shards, you should be able to crack open that twinkle and pull them out. That worked. Look at those shards twinkle. Nova says it was you the stars shone upon. You have a bond with them too, otherwise they'd never have guided you to the Twinkle Fall site. She says you'll play a bigger role in this than you think. It's written in the stars.
But
You should start with putting the Twinkle shard in the Long Eye. She thinks the shard will be able to amplify the Long Eye so that it's strong enough to see through the pollution fog.
Nini Malik.
Knew you'd appreciate the beauty of the sky. It puts everything in perspective.
No.
Nova says she's like the stars watching you at night.
Okay.
Understands you have things to do. Just move it around until you spy a twinkle tumbling from the sky. Turn that the right way. That turned out great. Nailed that. Make them...
ロバチこと
Nova knows for sure that amplifying the long eye would have made her father proud.
グカロク
Nova says she has a stash of peculiar objects from the old world her father left her when he abandoned the planetarium.
ショコ
She's not interested in any of that junk. It just brings back memories of a world that's gone.
か
You'd be doing her a favor if you took some of it with you.
OK
Says she's just glad to have them gone so she can stop tripping over them while she's watching the sky.
No
Nova says you should keep your eyes on the stars and feet on the ground.
No
Says you'll see each other later. Bang Shelter 10E. Toxin'll put these all over the place. Charge. Fry panned. Could be easy to get lost down here. At least someone wears pants. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late.
Jamakuda hore datunka.
Is thankful
Schon.
wouldn't. That's the final totem. A full understanding of the physical process that leads to different types of auroras requires true understanding of Ki. Hey, smarty. The leaf roof almost blocks out the sky. This is Wonderwares, a great place to stock up. Hit the thingamajig broker when you can. A ping dish like that one was good for tracking aerojets and other flying machines. The smartphone is now. Nice shot. To get the ping dish to work, you need to line up the pong paddles for a proper match. That's a match. Now you can ping all the dishes you like. Spin that paddle to turn the ping dish properly. Pingety ping ping, you found a transmessage. You can see a lot farther now than at night. Shelter 11I, right where Toxanol carved it out. Lightning up. Boom, boom. Hey, nice shot. At least being underground keeps you out of the weather.
Così, va. Malak.
Choo Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free.
Bah.
He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck.
Da.
He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency.
Bambatuda.
It's on the cart. He wants to keep it close by. In general, you won't have much time to act in case of an emergency.
Podo.
Choo Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler.
Kompata.
It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste.
Chuchu.
He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open.
Koi.
Says there's no better person to use it. Glad the rails led you right here.
Chuchu.
Choo Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place.
Basata kontapa.
Has plenty to do, so no worries.
Chuchu.
You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo Choo has no use for it now.
Kado.
Choo Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him.
Kompata.
He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place.
Bah.
He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself.
Podo.
Figures everyone chooses their own path. The longer you ride the rails, though, the easier it is to travel with friends.
Koi.
Choo Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave.
Zotakudo.
Understands you have things to do. Watch out for monsters. Wiz says that there's no plan to confront the Merkpuff until the octopod is properly armed.
Gamuka.
He's happy to tell you that the cannon he's been working on now just needs ammunition.
Nodam.
He says his old friend Boom makes all things that go bang.
Ninkanabam katal.
There's a rumor that some of Boom's pyro sticks shot off and are out there roaming free.
Nodam.
You should keep an eye on the horizon for pyros. If you're fast, you have a shot at catching some of them before they go off.
Nikavum potakam.
Boom has named the place Puff Duff Bluff. It sounds silly, but it's an accurate description considering most of the pyros are duds, seeing as they're as old as the old world. The shadows are getting shorter by the moment. Looks like an unbanged pyro stick on the loose. Better catch it before it goes off. Scrap's great for building things. The pyro sticks will cause a bang, but targeting is on you. At least now you have a chance to hurt the Merc Puff where it counts. You should aim for the head. That's the Merc Puff's weak spot. Thinking doesn't seem to be his strong point. Wiz has been working on another cannon, but instead of pyro sticks, it squirts guppos. Scaly distractions for anyone with an appetite disorder, and irresistible for the Merc Puff in particular. Seems the best way to find guppos is go talk to Gil. He has a natural sonar and knows where the guppos sub the surf. This means you'll have to go visit Gil at Burblebottom. Find Gil and he'll be able to tell you where to find the guppos. Tells you it's a sort of fish that's able to reproduce really fast, which is a real advantage when you're going for infinite ammunition.
Must face with which...
His friend Wiz needs guppos for one reason or another, and Gil is ready to point you in the right direction. But here, you're only going to find dead ones. He's pretty sure Wiz wants them alive. Well, at least the ones that aren't already rotting. If you head in the right direction, you'll find a clean enough bit of surf to snag yourself some guppos. Then you can get them to Wiz for whatever he has in mind. Figures he's always been a friend to Wiz, and now he can be one to you, too. Try not to get turned around in the dark. This is Guppy Grotto.
More than a little scary.
It's not slippery. Someone locked it solid. The world is waking up with dawn. Anything could be hiding out there. That seems to be enough guppos to provide the octopod with infinite ammunition. He's surprised the Merc Puff's been able to hold its breath all this time. It's just another proof of the evolutionary change caused by Toxanol's contamination. Being undersurf has meant the Merc Puff has been left alone to munch on the root down there undisturbed. This means the northwest route has suffered more damage than the others. He's realized there's a chance all of you who are gifted with traits beyond the ordinary mammal wouldn't have been so lucky if it wasn't for the contamination's effect on evolution. That was the last of them. You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just continue to stay true to yourself and respect others whatever happens. You've become their pride, the guiding light of the tribe. It's time to return to the tree one last time. Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you. Wishes you goodbye. Get under that sky while you still can. How far underground do you think you are? Out of Date says the signs of the end of the world are everywhere. It seems nature is preparing to take revenge. The day of reckoning is coming, and you are invited. He can feel you're approaching the end date. If you haven't decided whom of all like-minded, light-hearted beings you've met have earned a seat on the Ark yet, it's time to do that now. Then grasp your last chance to make sure Loopalupin's stopped for good. The tree settled its score, but it left yours half done. He says you need to see Loopalupin eye to eye one last time. He's happy to help. Has plenty to do, so no worries. The Sifu is seeking revenge too. He hasn't forgotten what Lupa Lupin did, but he also wants to stop him from attacking his tribe. That the world seems to survive doesn't mean he must. He hopes you agree, even if it goes against your light-hearted nature. There's no room for predators in the world the Myriad tribe is building. But he knows this is your fight. You should handle it. Lupa Lupin's own fear was his shackles, not the roots of the tree. It just changed him. A chance to stand back and let the tribe handle it. The Sifu is ready to step into the fray. Are the odds about to change in your favor? If a friend dies, something inside you can save the Sifu by making yourself alive. Shockwaves spread when the world crumbles. This is not a prophecy, me telling you about the future. It's you shaping it. Here's a powerful display. The more he does, the stronger he becomes. It's time you remember who the real enemy is and stop playing the game his way. This is how it ends. The Predator and the world itself suffering. But at least it's a sign they're both still alive.
So, what we have here is a clear matter of life and death, and only you can make a difference.
You continue to make bad decisions and mistakes. Oh, it never ends.
It's easy to make a good decision when there's only one option. The only mistake here is you.
My mistake is letting you speak. My conviction is that the world would be a better place without your voice.
Convincing yourself doesn't win the argument. In the end, we won't remember the words of our enemies, but the silences of our friends.
The weak can't forgive. Forgiveness is a strength. It's not all life and death. It's no better time than now to accept a helping hand. Do you wonder what turn life might have taken if you'd done things different? A left when you went right? A yes when you said no? You've walked the thin line between survival and disaster and haven't lost your balance yet. It's because of you the Tree of Life and the world has been given a second chance. You carried the light in a world full of dark and made a difference in a place that needed change. You allied with the Myriad tribe and acted on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. However, light and dark does simply represent the polarities of life. One can't exist without the other. This isn't the end. Just being surrounded by nature as it heals itself will rejuvenate us. Nature will teach us how to survive. So, trust your conscience to show you the way, and everything else will follow.
What?
He knows things that you need to...
Galed not.
Says you'll see each... As foretold, you were destined to split the chains of this world. But you're not alone. You filled the Ark, and those that shared your perspective and gained your trust will accompany you on your journey. Is there a world out there that's better suited for those imbalanced in their light nature than this one? Whether or not, we'll leave your story on record, so those who come after will know you followed your light nature and saved the world. So, when all is said and done, it turned out to be an unusual ending after all. What could be better than ending the story the right way? Ending it your way, a beginning of something new.